Did you know that you can personalize MYOB Acumatica? You can set it up for easy access to the features and information you rely on. In this video, we'll look at navigating the software, tips and tricks, and configuring a navigation side panel. Let's start exploring the software. From the toolbar, you can search for keywords throughout the screens, profiles, help, and files. To provide feedback to MYOB, select the chat icon. Company names and branches are shown in this menu, making it easier to switch between them. The date and time are displayed here. This is the date and time the transactions will be posted, and they can be changed if necessary. The help question mark lets you see activities based on what is selected on the main screen. Related information for the on-screen window is also provided. A form reference explains all fields and areas on the forms represented on the main screen, and the Help dashboard offers further help. Click the Profile button to view your profile and sign out. When viewing the user profile, users can see which product messaging notifications they will receive and can reread them if necessary. If you approve leave for other employees, you can delegate approvals for the time you are on leave. Here, you can view all the modules that are available to you. Your view may differ from others due to licensing or user access. By clicking the arrow, you can expand the menu and click the ellipses. Then, edit the menu or collapse to the top. With the Edit menu selected, you can add to the workplace. Add a menu item or add a tile. By adding a tile, you can select the tile parameters, which include the screen the tile will open. With the menu settings selected, you see all the categories, which you can drag and drop to change the order of how they display. When you click on a module, a quick menu appears with buttons to start a process quickly or to click on the links as required. If you can't see the information needed or want to reduce the information shown, click Show All or Show Less. If this quick menu doesn't suit your requirements, click the Settings button to update them, then tick and untick as needed. Hover over the option to see a star to add to your favorites. Once added to your favorites, the links or buttons will be shown here. Most forms use a common set of standard controls in the toolbar at the top. They consist of Save, Undo, Add, and more. Form-specific controls are located after the standard controls. Let's look at some navigation shortcuts. Click on the plus icon to create a new record. If new is displayed in the ID field, you're not required to type in an ID. Click on the pencil next to the fields to display the record in a new window. This allows you to view and edit it as necessary. In the drop-down lists, you can start typing to autocomplete. Or click on the magnifying glass to open a lookup window or press F3. MYOB Acumatica supports several keyboard shortcuts. To use keyboard shortcuts, go to the Help menu for a list. For example, holding down Control while clicking on any link will open it in a new browser window. Another way to move between records is to use the left and right arrows to jump to the next record or to the beginning or end of the list. Every screen in MYOB Acumatica has a unique screen ID number. To view this number, click on the Tools menu. Let's look at an overview of the navigation configuration, generic inquiries, and side panel general information. Navigation can be enabled for any MYOB Acumatica form, including the generic inquiry form. If required, you can even link to an external web page. Values can be defined in particular columns of the inquiry form as links, or where the related records and settings can be viewed. By designing a generic inquiry form, you can define the navigation options that give users quick access to related information and help them work more effectively. In this example, we will configure a side panel using the generic form for the account receivables invoices and memos. select the Navigation tab. In the Navigation Targets pane, edit an existing row or add a new row. In this example, we will view an existing inquiry. If you have clicked Add a new row, you can add it using the screen ID or form name. Then you can select the window mode, which, in this case, is the side panel. Click Save. With the row still selected on the Navigation Targets pane, you can select an icon in the icon box to display in the side panel. If required, enter a custom title. Now you can see two tabs available: the Navigation Parameters and the Visibility Conditions. The Navigation Parameters fields are the columns on the inquiry. For example, doc type equals invoice in this inquiry. You can enter values and equations here to filter the inquiry further. In this example, we'll leave this blank. Once you have created and selected all the required details, information or values, click Save. On the top form toolbar, click View Inquiry to preview the changes. When selecting any row, click on the icon chosen for this inquiry or the arrow at the bottom. Do not click a hyperlink. Then, the details are displayed based on the information you require. You are ready to navigate the software after viewing some tips and tricks and learning how to create a side panel navigation from a generic inquiry form.